Uh-oh. Sounds like somebody's got a case of the Mondays.
Fuck this shit. I'm just gonna dance now. Fuck this shit. Cause we don't have a chance now. The whole world is fucking gone to hell. Makes me wanna fucking scream and yell. Fuck this shit. I'm just gonna dance now. Fuck this shit. Cause we don't have a chance now.
Every day you do something stupider than you did the day before. And I think there's no possible way he can top that.
Okay.
But what do? You find a way, damn it, to top it. You are a professional idiot.
Hey, stop it!
Unpopular opinion. Stop telling women on the internet how beautiful they are and go say it to your wife.
Hey, babe, the women on the internet are beautiful.
Not this dog. I need to kick it to the extreme. What? With new Flamin' Hot preparation H.
Where did you get that? Oh my god, what is that?
20,000 Scoville units play up, densely packed into an easy-to-apply dark red cream.
Oh, good lord, why on earth would you put that on your anus?
You need to fight fire with fire, G.
No, you don't. Stuart, that is a horrible idea, man.
Ah, dog, it's science. Most creams shrink the irritation with a cooling effect. But you need to exhaust the fuel, Chief. Only Flamin' Hot packs the inflammatory punch to achieve.
Oh, Stuart, come on, you're scaring me, man.
Help me spread it around.
I'm not touching that.
I'll just be 1 more minute, please. Wow.
Hang in there, Stuart. I'm gonna call 911.
This was a mistake.
Gay? I'm not gay.
The fuck are you talking about? Of course you are.
No, I'm not. Why would you think I was gay?
You ever hear yourself talk, Peter? You're gay.
What are you talking about? This is how I talk.
Peter, you got nothing to be ashamed about. The whole family supports you.
Excuse me, the whole family?
Of course, we've known since you were a little kid. Come on.
Uncle Cheech, I'm not gay.
Seriously?
Yes, seriously. Why are you getting upset?
Well, for years I've been telling the guys at the club that I have a gay nephew. Now I find out it's all bullshit. How do you think that makes me look?
How does that make you look?
Yeah, the whole family's taken as a source of pride that we have a gay. Now, is anything wrong with you not being gay? I'm just saying, if you were, which apparently you're not, we'd have all been very fucking supportive.
I'm sorry?
You know, I thought we had a cultured, progressive family, and now I find out he's what, some straight fucking white guy?
Uncle G.
And I come to you for fashion advice? Get the fuck out of my sight. Disgraziato. Turn those cameras off right now. Shut that fucking thing off. You know he's gonna break your mother's heart, right?
Everything you say can and will be held against you.
Boobs. Working is a very hard, soul-numbing, and joyless experience, son.
Gosh, thanks for preparing me for the future, Dad. You're the best.
If I can make sure you're ready for the dead-end bleakness of adulthood, then I've done my job.
Welcome to hell, motherfucker!
Let me ask you something. When you come in on Monday and you're not feeling real well, does anyone ever say to you, sounds like someone has a case of the Mondays?
No. No, man. Shit, no, man. I believe you get your ass kicked saying something like that, man.
From Filthy Martini Studios in Ontario, California, it's the Foos Show! Hey, what is up, everyone? I am Josie.
And I'm Steph.
Thank you all so very much for listening into the Foo Bar Show. Remember to follow, like, and comment on our socials. That's at Foo Bar Show. That's F-O-O Bar Show. And listen at FOOBarshow.com, wherever you get your podcasts, and we'll keep fooing it up like a bunch of foos. Ain't that right, Steph?
That's right.
So today's going to be a good one. You want to know why?
Why?
Because ICE hasn't gotten us yet. And it's been a crazy, scary 2 weeks. But
I'm a goddamn American citizen.
Yeah. I'd like for them to know that as well.
Yeah.
But we're not here to talk about that, man. We're here to put everybody in a much happier spot, at least for the next 45 minutes to an hour. And on tap today, we got, we'll talk about what we're drinking here. But we're also going to be talking about some geeky shit. And we've got a, here's what I would do. I keep forgetting what that shit's called.
Here's what I would do. Call that for liability reasons.
But hey, Steph, so what are we drinking here today?
Mr. Black.
Mr. Black. You wanted to drink some coffee, and normally we drink alcohol. And now we're doing both. And, by the way, guys, sorry we're late. It's Monday evening as we record this, and as we will be releasing it just shortly after we're finished here. But, even though Steph's done with school and everything, you still got to take your board exam.
Yes.
And you're still studying up the ass for it.
I have been studying more for this than I have any of my other classes.
Jeez. Yeah, it's a lot.
So yeah, that's why we're just a little late to the game. But hey, that's a Foo Bar Show fashion for you. So you should be used to it by now.
You should. And if you're complaining at this point, it's kind of on you.
That's you. That's
yeah,
on you.
It's on you.
Your fault.
It's on you.
Mm-hmm.
Hey guys. Anyway, back to. Oh crap.
Oh no.
Back to.
Mr. Black.
Yeah. So we've talked about Mr. Black before. Here, I got the bottle right here. It's a cold brew coffee liqueur. It's from Australia. Mm-hmm. We're not sponsored by them. It's just that good. It's so if you want to make an espresso martini, it has the directions here in the back. 1 ounce of
Mr. Black.
1 ounce of vodka, 1 ounce of espresso, and a half ounce of simple syrup, and you got yourself an espresso martini. How do you say espresso, Steph?
Espresso?
Nope. Hey, how many of these have you had?
No, this is just the first one. This is the first one.
Okay, it's very tasty. Like I was just, I just put regular cream and coffee in mine, and this one just added all kinds of shit. It's like there's a party in my mouth, and everyone's invited.
Specialty grade coffee, blended with vodka.
Mr. Black.
Exactly.
There it is.
So what else is going on, Steph? What else have we been doing? We went to a speakeasy, right?
Yes.
In Rancho Cucamonga, there's a Haven City Market. For those who don't know and live around the area here, there's a speakeasy in there. Like, it's behind the walls. And you go in through like a corridor, and then you end up at this really nice Southwestern themed speakeasy.
Yeah.
Do you remember what it's called?
I think it's called like Raphael's.
Yeah, sounds right. It's on the calendar, right? I can look it up. When did we go?
We went last week after the Taekwondo tournament.
So it was Saturday.
Yes.
So we got drinks at Raphael's Silver Cloud Lounge Club. And so you have to make an appointment.
A reservation.
Reservation, sorry.
Most of those speakeasies, you will have to make a reservation, and there's usually a time limit, like 90 minutes.
Yeah.
We overstayed our welcome.
We were there for like 2 hours.
Only because the drinks, they prepared them in a fashion that
it takes a while.
Took forever.
And at minute 85, we placed another order.
Yes.
And just had to wait for it to come out, and then we chugged it and left.
I think if it wasn't going to be so busy, because we did go on a Saturday night, they would have let us stay, but there was another reservation for the specific booth that we were in. So they were just like, you got to go.
But like I said,
and it's fair.
It was Southwestern themed. So like all of the drinks were like whiskeys and tequilas that came from this part of the world, like the Southwestern, like Northwestern Mexico, Southwestern United States area. So everything was very much themed that way. Do you remember what your favorite one was? I really enjoyed the penicillin that I got.
Penicillin's always good. That's like a classic drink. Mm-hmm. There was one, I need to see the menu again. I can't remember the names, but I just remembered that they were like very desert themed names.
Yeah.
The Unexpected Guru, I think that's what one of them was. That was a mezcal based drink, and I thought that was really good.
Yeah, so like if you're in the area, check it out. We've been getting really into going out with our friends Jess and Dan and checking out all these like tiki bars and speakeasies in the local area, and I have not been disappointed yet. Matter of fact, I sent one yesterday to the group chat. No, not the group chat, just everybody individually, about there being like a 90s themed one.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that's out east. I want to say Fontana. I could be wrong.
No, I think it's Redlands.
Redlands.
My friend's house. I'm going to my friend's house.
I'm going to my friend's house. Yeah, that's the name of the joint, my friend's house. And it's all like 90s themed. So I don't know. Maybe they have Zimas.
Oh, a Zima or a Zima type drink?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe just named a Zima?
They just label it Zima. I don't know. Maybe not. I wouldn't get it. But yeah.
I wouldn't mind going to that one. There is one that's in Montclair, and it is, I think it's sponsored by Into the Void. But
What's Into the Void?
I think it's Into the Void.
Is that a movie? I've seen that movie.
No. It's a speakeasy type of group.
Okay.
Is it Into the Void?
I don't
Maybe.
know.
Or maybe I'm thinking about a different one. But it's in Montclair. It's at the 80s bar, and there's a speakeasy behind the bar. And every once in a while, they'll change the theme of it. So this summer, it's actually Evil Dead themed.
Oh, cool.
For the Summerween.
Uh-huh.
So you get reservations. And again, it's like a 90-minute, like 2-drink minimum per person type of thing. But they deck out the bathrooms. They deck out the showroom in this theme. And they have actual actors that will come and interact with you as well.
Are they supposed to be like dead?
No.
Like zombies?
No. You've never seen Evil Dead with Bruce Campbell?
Oh, I'm thinking of Night of the Living Dead.
No.
Yeah, my
Evil
bad.
Dead.
Okay, Evil Dead. Yeah, of course.
This is my
Of course,
blue
you're not
steak.
telling me.
Welcome to S-Mart. Shop Smart. Shop
Mr.
S-Mart.
Black.
All right. Yes, but that's another one that I want to go to. It's up until July. I think
Okay.
middle of July. So it's selling out.
Cool. All right. Well, yeah, let's try to check a bunch of those out as much as possible. I'll share this. I'm in one of the best financial places I can ever be and have been in at least a long time. And it only took me totaling my car. I should have done this months ago. The insurance company gave me twice as much as what I was expecting, and I just used that to pay off my credit card. Now, granted, now I have a new car note, new car payment, but it's nothing like what my credit card payment was. So I got a nice little cushion of expendable, income, money.
Money, please.
No, I'm not giving you any money.
Oh.
But we're going places now. Now I don't have to worry about what I'm spending all the time. Now I'm saying.
No, you had to pay off my bills next.
No.
Why?
Because I still have bills. But yeah. Anyway, so that's what's been going on here. What else you got, Steph?
Oh, just got some, Superman stuff that we can talk about in Geeking Out.
All right. Well, you want to get to it now?
Let's do it.
Is it the paper cup to the back of the head, Superman? Did you see how they changed it?
No.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, I have no idea what you're talking about.
The latest trailers for the Superman movie, the James Gunn Superman movie that have been being showed. That's not a sentence.
That have been released.
Thanks, Steph. There's this part where like this guy throws a paper cup at the back of Superman's head and he blinks. And everybody's just like, Superman wouldn't have blinked. It's a paper cup, for fuck's sake. It just bounces off of him and he keeps walking. They changed it. They use CGI so that he doesn't blink when the paper cup hits him in the back of the head.
Who's to say that's even a paper cup?
It's a paper cup. You can clearly see that it's a paper cup.
Sometimes they change things in the trailer.
It's a Dixie cup.
But sometimes they change things in the trailer so that, the movie is like even better.
Why would they burn calories on that?
I don't know, man. It just happens.
Okay. Right.
Okay, they omit stuff. They digitally erase things so that nothing gets spoiled. That's just what happens. Trailers are its own thing now.
Sure. Wasn't there like a lawsuit about that? About like how people were saying that they were being misled by a trailer because it was different. One of the more egregious ones was when the Spider-Man movie, the one where all the 3 Spider-Men came out, and they only showed one Spider-Man in the trailer, but it was like when you saw the movie, it was all 3 of them swinging.
Yeah, but Why are you going to be upset about that? Would you rather have it spoiled for everybody?
I'm the person who doesn't care about shit being spoiled.
No, but I'm not you.
Oh, yeah, I thought you were asking me.
I'm just saying, like, in general, like, if you're going to get mad at a trailer, like, is that what you're mad about? Like, it wasn't spoiled for you? Or, like, you know, it's like, oh, it's misleading? That doesn't change the plot, okay? It doesn't.
Don't you wish everyone had some goddamn integrity?
I sure do.
Yeah. Would you get some?
Anyway, what were you going to talk about?
Spider-Man. Superman, specifically Krypto. So this week, there's actually a giveaway called Krypto's Golden Biscuit. I'm going to read this directly off. I'm going to read this directly off of DC.com.
And I'll have some Mr. Black while you do that.
2 lucky comic book fans will win the opportunity to attend the world premiere of director James Gunn's Superman in Los Angeles by discovering Krypto's Golden Biscuit, hidden inside the front cover of DC's facsimile edition reprint of the 1955 comic book Adventure Comics number 210 that will land in local comic book stores starting June 18. That's 2 days away. Yeah. Written by Otto Binder with art by Kurt Swan, including art by Ramona Frandon and George Papp. This iconic comic book with cover art by Kurt Swan features Krypto's first appearance in the comic story, the Superdog from Krypton, where a young Clark Kent rediscovers Superboy's best friend in a heartwarming reunion spanning years of time and light years of space. So, go to your local comic shop and you're going to pick up a special polybagged edition of a very Adventures Comics number 210. So, instead of, like, for example, this comic with... So, for those of you who can see it, this just has just a regular comic strip, or like an acid-free backing to it.
Okay.
And a openable cover.
Yeah. You're going to find the polybagged edition. So it's going to be like heat-sealed. Oh.
I think that's what that is.
Okay.
So you're going to look
So what happens if you open it? Like the value goes down? Like
No. It just contains the golden biscuit. Like so there's only 2 of them. It's like Willy Wonka's like Charlie.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah,
you know, the golden ticket. There's only 2 of those. So you got to go out and get your copy.
Okay.
If you go to DC.com, there is a list of comic book shops that can potentially have them. Potentially.
Okay.
If you DC Studios, let me see.
You think there's going to be lines of people to try to get these?
Most likely.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially Superman is, you know, one of the most beloved characters in the DC universe.
Sure. Yeah.
One of the OGs. But it's Krypto. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, didn't you? You were talking about the popcorn buckets too the other day. Remember?
Oh yeah.
One of them was the actual like dog bowl, where it doesn't seem like it could hold a whole lot of popcorn, but it would make for a decent bowl.
Yeah, it's a plastic dog bowl. It says, you know, Superman is promoting the movie.
Yeah.
The other one was, I think Superman is holding a popcorn bucket, or it's either Superman or Krypto is holding a popcorn bucket.
I think Superman.
Yeah.
I remember.
There's a few of them out there.
Yeah, a few iterations. It's kind of cool, I thought.
But it's not everywhere.
You know, all these popcorn buckets that have been coming out, you've been saying you were going to get them, and you never do.
I can never find them. I can't find them.
I think you have to order them ahead of time, no?
Do you? Oh, yeah, it is Krypto holding a little popcorn bucket.
Oh, it is. That's fucking adorable, dude.
So cute. That's so cute. So anyway, where am I going to, I don't even know which movie theater sells this.
Well, I think you have to,
Cinemark.
All right.
Cinemark sells the Krypto holding the popcorn bucket. There's a regular one that just it's like a circular bin, and it has the Superman logo. You can find those at AMC, Cinemark, Regal, and then Cinemark also has the dog bowl.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So where is there the nearest Cinemark?
Cinemark? From us?
I don't know.
Unless
it's just an online thing.
No. Cinemark is a movie theater.
All right. I've never been to one.
Oh, there's one in Chino.
Okay. So we can drive to one. It's 20 minutes from here. But Superman isn't filmed in IMAX, is it?
Yeah, it is.
Oh. Well, then why would we want to go there?
Maybe because it has.
Maybe because it has that. Well, we can check out the movie in IMAX. We were supposed to watch
Sinners
in IMAX, and we never got to it. Still haven't even seen it.
No, because, that was...
so many good reviews, too.
May was very busy for us, just with me finishing school and you doing all your work gigs and everything like that.
That's true. That's true.
Well, that's why we had to put a couple of weeks in between each episode for the pod. So, we got to catch up on everything. So,
yeah.
Soon.
Yeah. Cool. So,
so I will
biscuit,
be...
Huh?
Yeah, I will be somewhere getting that comic book on Wednesday, wherever I'm nearest to at the time.
Yeah. Cool. Right on. Rick and Morty has been out now. I think they have like 4, maybe 5 episodes out now.
Yeah.
We've only seen the first 2 so far, but what do you think, Steph?
I like it.
I like it.
They're really diving deep into like past characters.
Yeah. Season 8.
They're getting deep.
I found this article on Gizmodo, and they're saying that to them, season 8 feels like a whole new beginning for them because, the new voices, it's kind of like a different tone with the same mentality almost. Mm-hmm. And they're not, they're, like you said, they're kind of expanding outside of just Rick and Morty. Like, for example, the second episode was more about Beth. Beth's other dimension.
Beth.
The other Beth. Right. The badass Beth. And so, let's see. I'll read a little bit of the article here. It says, the world may be dark and confusing, but at least Rick and Morty is finally back. Season 8 comes nearly a year and a half after season 7 wrapped up in late 2023, marking the end of the first outing for new stars Ian Cardone, who plays Rick, and Harry Belden, who plays Morty. Fans couldn't help but spend much of the season 7 listening very closely, searching for clues that the voices behind the show's main characters had changed. But the transition was surprisingly seamless, and season 8 continues that feeling. With the additional joy of hearing all the ways Cardone and Belden are now stretching out their roles. And by the way, I think they've been practicing probably because I think that their voices for Rick and Morty have been more on point in season 8 than season 7. Season 7, you can kind of tell it's not the original voice actor. Now it's kind of like they've been really trying to dial that in. They've been doing a really good job with it. So the storylines are great. Unless you're Josh. Josh couldn't be bothered.
No, because of the voices. He can't stand it.
Yeah. What did he say? He said that there's no more storyline, that they ended what they were going to do with evil Morty and everything with that whole saga. It's just like, okay, dude, relax. Take it easy, you douche.
Yeah, we're still not watching One Piece, okay? Stop sending me videos.
He won't stop. He won't stop.
He's all, but if you just watch this one, I swear you're going to watch the whole 30 years.
Yeah, you won't be able to stop. I was like, trust me, man. I will be able to stop.
Look, Josh, at this point, you're just recapping it for me, so I don't have to watch it. So thanks.
Thanks, Josh. Anyway, I've been pleasantly surprised. I am going to catch up and watch the other ones. And if they keep this tone going and the level of creativity like they have been in past seasons, but now with the new voices and the new attitude, I'm still going to watch. So anyway, now it's not, in 2025, would you agree? Maybe Rick and Morty isn't so cutting edge when it comes to animated entertainment. Would you say it still is, or because now it's just, because before it was a big fish in a small pond, like nothing else had that kind of quality.
Right. I think at this point it's something we look forward to.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not going to blow us out of the water like it used to. Because
nothing else was out there like that.
I mean, like, there really isn't now. If you're going to compare something to Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty is Rick and Morty.
Right. But, now we've been getting stuff from even like the MCU with this other dimensions or other worlds and that kind of shit. We've kind of been beat over the head with that with other properties.
Right. But, I mean, that all interconnects with like other series. Yeah. But Rick and Morty is its own thing.
Yeah, it's Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're really watching it for the characters rather than which dimension. You don't have to follow dimensions in Rick and Morty like you
Right.
have to do with other shows. So I think that's the appeal of it. And then
who's to say that the Rick and Morty that we're watching now in season 8 is the same Rick and Morty that
that's
we were
what
watching?
we're trying to figure out.
Yeah, that's
and then
still kind of
so
the-
in the second episode, spoiler alert if you haven't seen it yet, they still don't know who the other Beth is. If she's Rick's actual daughter or if it's, the other one.
Or just some other...
Or
yeah.
just the other Beth.
Yeah.
Because you see both Beths. They interact with each other all the time, but they don't know which is which. Who's the real Beth?
We'll never know, probably. I mean, it's one of those things where they'll probably end up solving it at a certain point.
Yeah. I'm still waiting for them to fight Cthulhu because that's the one consistent animation in the opening credits that we haven't seen.
Did we ever get to see, how like also this is one that they continue to keep in that intro where they're running and then Rick he sets his portal to the ground. He jumps in. Morty doesn't get to jump in, instead trips, and then he's about to get eaten by those monsters. They never showed that either, did they? Was that in an episode?
So. I don't think that specific one is, but something similar did happen.
Yeah, it's like only one little piece of those weird intro scenes ends up actually happening in that season.
Yeah.
And you're just kind of left to use your imagination on everything else. Like, what the fuck happened there? Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm liking it. For those who aren't, fucking get over yourself. It's good. It's good writing. I think that these new voices have, in my opinion, in season 8 have surpassed Justin Roiland's voices for Rick and or Morty.
I think you're fine. Like if you didn't pay attention or you didn't know that the voice actors changed, you wouldn't notice.
Yeah, you wouldn't or cared. So there's that.
Yeah. So they did good. They're doing a good job.
Steph, one other thing too. We've been bombarded for the last is it safe to say like the last 20 years with zombies? Mm-hmm. Walking Dead. Now it's The Last of Us. Other shows like
Fear the Walking Dead,
iZombie.
I remember that. That
movies like World War Z. 28 Years Later is about to come out. We've been like the zombie thing makes money, so they keep doing it. But I found this thing on the Daily Beast where they're saying that there's finally a good zombie TV show again. So they're saying that the show called Revival is the latest TV series to imagine a world in which the deceased rise from the grave to complicate the lives of the living. Based on Tim Seeley and Mike Norton's Image Comics title of the same name. This is on the Sci-Fi Network, by the way. It's a 10-episode show premiering June 12th, so it already came out. It's a supernatural saga steeped in multiple mysteries, all of them set in a town that suddenly and irrevocably changed by the reappearance of the men, women, and children that were thought forever lost. So far less interested in horror than whodunit-like suspense, it's a novel twist on a familiar premise and bound to entice those who can't get enough of the undead. It takes place in Wausau, Wisconsin. I think I'm saying that right.
Wausau?
Wausau? No, I don't think it's Wausau. Like Tommy? Mm-hmm. Tommy Wausau? Well, it's in the small town of Wausau, Wisconsin. Everything goes topsy-turvy when the recent expired catch a magical second wind on what comes to be known as Revival Day. Whether it's in the coroner's office where corpses sit up on tables and burst out of crematorium ovens while still on fire, or at graveyards where they emerge hopelessly confused about their circumstances, this turn of events is a radical shock to the community, as you can imagine. So I think comedy ensues. I don't know. Mm-hmm. I guess we just have to watch it, but they're liking it to a George A. Romero film.
Oh, okay.
So...
Okay. Some humor involved then. Not necessarily.
Unconventionally, these zombies, they don't rot or are hungry for brains. Instead, they're just as they always were. So say for the fact that they now have regenerative powers that render them more or less immortal.
Oh, okay.
Interesting. Okay.
So they're zombies, but not zombies? They're vampires.
Not
then.
the type of zombies that we know them as, I guess.
Okay. So they're zombie vampires.
Yeah. What was the Santa Clarita Diet. That was zombie too, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, man, that was funny. Oh, I wish that show would have continued one more season. They left it open. That was one of the early Netflix ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I forgot what happened. They got bit by something.
Okay. I didn't watch it like you did, so I don't know these details.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
I just remember, like, they killed their neighbor, and they had his head, and it was played by Nathan Fillion. But then in the last season, he was replaced by Alan Tudyk, the same character.
All right.
And they made some comment about, like, did you change or something like that? And then that was it.
Okay.
Yeah, but that one was also funny. I think it was something that bit them.
Cool.
Yeah.
Neat.
Yeah.
Last thing I got is the Guardian's list of the best 2025 TV shows. So they start out with Andor. I think that's a cool number one.
Oh my goodness.
How good was Andor?
Best. It was the best. 10 out of 10.
Yeah, it's a cool, intelligent look at how fascism grows at the cost of resistance. There's a lot of parallels.
Yep.
With what's going on in the world right now. Our world, at least. There's another one called Mobland that I was not familiar with. It's supposed to be on Paramount Plus. It's Tom Hardy doing what Tom Hardy does best.
I love Tom Hardy.
Playing the quiet and measured, yet still highly intimidating and pretty scary fixer for an Irish mob family. The pacing is sharp and succinct without being breakneck. Very on brand, Guy Ritchie in the best way.
Ooh, Guy Ritchie. Okay, we gotta watch that. Do we have Paramount Plus?
Yes, because a friend came over and signed in and never signed out. So yes, we have it. There's another one that I've seen but never really cared to click play on.
Oh, no.
Common Side Effects. You said you didn't like the animation.
I don't like the tiny faces. It's off-putting.
Yeah. It's Bella Ramsey with a beard. The animated series Common Side Effects is not merely the best thing that I've seen on TV, but one of the best shows I've seen in my life, says this writer. Why? The writing. The plot is superb. Opposite to The Last of Us, it's about the discovery of a fungus that appears to heal all illnesses, but everything else about the show is grounded in the real world. The characters are nuanced and compelling. To sum it up, its virtues in a single sentence: it respects its audience. The fact that the show even managed to get made at all in today's political environment boggles the mind.
Okay. You know that screenshot of the character looking at that blue fungus reminds me of, and this is a drawback, A Scanner Darkly. Do you remember that movie?
I do. It's like they filmed the movie and then they traced over it.
Yeah,
in animation.
I think it was
Robert Downey Jr.
Like almost like a 2.5D type of effect. But that blue fungus on that screenshot reminded me of the blue flower that created those drugs.
Yeah.
That they had to discover.
Oh, yeah.
So
I remember
that was a good movie too.
Yeah. Next up is Severance. We've been talking about Severance and how great it is, and I'm hoping that they don't write themselves in a corner like Lost did.
I don't think they will.
I think they've had enough time and they're smarter than that. Hopefully they've learned from other people's mistakes.
They can probably tie it together with a final third season, but I think it got approved for 2 more.
I think
if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Another one is I've never heard of. It's on Netflix. Department Q. It's an English language adaptation of the first in a series of Danish crime novels with labyrinthine plots and characters straight out of Noir central casting. This adaptation moves the setting to Scotland, but loses none of the bleakness and despair with a small group of investigators trying to solve cold cases. So there's that. Another one is called The Narrow Road to the Deep North on Prime Video, a brilliant adaptation of a brilliant Booker Prize winning novel by Richard Flanagan. It's beautifully paced, deeply emotional, and marvelously acted. Okay, well, that doesn't really tell us a whole lot. Another one that came up here on this list was the Eternaut.
Oh, this is the one that I told you I wanted to watch.
Yeah, it takes place in Argentina. About how like it's a post-apocalyptical kind of thing, and there's still like a resistance.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that one looks really, 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 really interesting. I'll just quickly go through some other ones. The Wheel of Time, Shrinking. We've seen Shrinking. Black Mirror, which I'm super behind on. My Brain After the Rupture, and that's all they left us with. So a lot of TV to watch. Every year we say we're in the golden age of TV, and they just keep upping the ante.
Yes.
Like it never stops.
And there's always one that just takes over the entire year, and I feel like that's Andor this year.
Yeah, it was just that good. And did I talk about it last week or maybe the week before about how like people are saying that Andor ruined Star Wars because it raised the bar so high?
There's no going back. There's no going back because Andor's finished, right?
Of course, yeah, he's dead in Rogue One. Spoiler alert.
Right? The story is done, and it was just like a perfect, like it tied everything together.
Yep. Yeah, it was great. I loved it. I like what they did with it.
Yes.
No moment was like a dull moment. Like everything had its purpose, and they told a good story behind it. But is that going to do it for Geeking Out? You got something?
Yeah, I think that's going to be it.
All right. Well, let's finish this off with here's what I would do.
Man, see, like, you don't even know, man. It's like you're born into this world, man. And you got it's like this, man, the dust and the wind, man. Or like the dang old candle in the wind, man. It don't matter, man. It's all the oldies, old time. You know what I think, man? Like them dang old, I think, therefore you are, man.
Well, that's what we tell ourselves, isn't it, Boomhauer?
All right. Well, here's another edition of Here's What I Would Do. The segment where we take your questions and queries and we try to answer them in the best way possible, where we can still kind of make fun of you a bit. So remember to send your shit to us, send your issues, your drama to foobarshow@gmail.com. All right, first one. Feeling stuck between cultures. I think we can somehow, at least I can relate probably. Hey, Joe and Steph. I'm 31, female from El Monte. I've been struggling lately with balancing my cultural identity and the life I'm building for myself. I'm first generation Mexican American, and while I'm super proud of my heritage, my family has a lot of traditional expectations, especially when it comes to how a good daughter should act. I'm not married, I live alone, and I'm focused on my career, which is the complete opposite of what my parents, both in their 60s, hoped for me. They never say it directly, but I can tell they're disappointed, especially when I visit extended family or go to gatherings. I constantly feel like I'm straddling two worlds, trying to make them proud without giving up the independence I've worked so hard for. How do you stay true to yourself without feeling like you're letting your roots down? Maribel in El Monte.
Well, guess who's also biracial?
Yeah.
Me.
You.
Yes.
Well, she's not biracial. Her parents are Mexican. She's just first generation Mexican. Like she was born here, but her parents
you know
are
what?
from over
I
there.
heard you say that, and then I started reading the text, but I'm too far away because from where I'm at, I see Mexican American and white.
No, while.
Yeah.
While I'm super proud of my heritage.
All right. Let's let me redact my statement, but still counts. I take it you're the firstborn daughter.
Firstborn daughters, first generation. Yes, that's what that is. So that's what I am. That's exactly my thing. Except my parents are much older. I'm married, but I don't have any kids, nor do I expect to have any anytime soon. My parents are itching for grandchildren. But Maribel, if you ask me, it's not your problem. You love your parents, take their advice, hear them out, but do what's best for you. And, part of it is because they come from a generation where everybody's expected to grow up, get married, and have kids. And they probably have a blind spot to what's actually happening in the economical and social side of things right now. if you're a young person, especially a young person in your 30s, where the world is kind of against you right now from an economical perspective. It's not easy to have kids and do the traditional thing right now. It's expensive stuff. And society is not built around helping you with that. So it seems like you'll have parents to help you take care of any children you may have, but you're focusing on your career. So there's nothing wrong with that. It sucks that you can tell that they're disappointed. I'm curious as to maybe if they've actually said something, or is it just a feeling that you're getting? What do you think?
No, I get this question all the time. And it's gone to the point where it's just like, why don't you have kids? Is something wrong? Have you gotten yourself checked out? Has he gotten himself checked out? Like, why aren't you guys having kids? And it's just like, I told them repeatedly.
Yeah.
We have decided not to have any kids.
Yeah.
For many reasons.
Mm-hmm.
And they just don't get it. It's because that's what they want.
Yeah, it's what they want.
But you just got to put your foot down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
because that's what I've done. I'm just like, look, it's not going to happen. Look at your kids right there. They're two furry animals that are on my living room floor. Those are your grandchildren.
Love them.
Yeah. If you keep asking me for grandchildren, I will get you a dog. Is what's going to happen.
I will get another dog.
I will get them a dog.
Oh, well, that's not a grand. All right. Anyway. Yeah. Yeah, man. That sucks that you feel that way. That I'm like I said, I'm curious if they've said something about being disappointed. I just a lot of the time it's just kind of one of those family things where they're trying to break your balls, especially when you have everybody in one room trying to egg you on. Mm-hmm. I mean, don't give in. Just be like, no, I don't want that right now. I'm really trying to work on my career, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that because. I mean, so many kids are born into poor families or people in the lower socioeconomical side of things. And some make it out, many don't. And, you're if you were to have kids later on with a husband or what have you, at least you'll be in a better spot for it. You'll be ready. Mm-hmm. And that's what's happening a lot with this generation, man. Started with millennials. We were promised that if you follow these steps, you will be successful. You'll have a house. You'll have, what is it? A car in the garage and a chicken in every pot kind of thing that they promised back in the 50s. And that just didn't materialize for millennials, and even less so with Gen Z and now Gen Alpha that's growing up into this world. So yeah, you're going to get a lot of people who are just not seeing having a family like in the traditional sense is as practical as it used to be. So do what's best for you. And if you're going to have kids later, then great. The science has come a long way where, even if you're old, you can have a kid still somehow. And there's still nothing that stops you from adopting if you're
That's
into
true.
that. So
there's a lot of babies out there that need a home.
Yeah. So, I mean, you got options, man. You got options. So just, I guess, it sucks to say don't listen to your parents, but just don't listen to the negativity, I guess, or don't let it get to you because it seems like you're not doing anything negative to begin with.
Or this what I started doing was just telling them that, I have cancer.
That'll shut them up. Yeah. All right. Number 2, Jordan in Carson. Subject is wedding budget versus real life. Ooh, we can probably speak to this. Hey, Foos. Love the show. I'm 34, male from Carson, and my fiance, 32, female, and I are in the middle of wedding planning, and the money conversations are getting tense. Ooh. She wants a big wedding with all the bells and whistles, huge guest list, full band, top shelf, everything. I get it. It's a special day, but I'm trying to be realistic. We're already carrying some student debt. We're thinking of buying a house next year, and I don't think dropping $40,000 on a single day makes sense. Every time I bring this up, she gets upset and says that I'm killing the joy of it all. I want to celebrate with her, but I also don't want to spend the first year of our marriage stressed over credit card debt. Any advice on how to talk money without it turning into a battle? Jordan in Carson.
Isn't there like a statistic and I'm just like generally speaking, so I don't know if this is a real fact or not, is that for an average middle class couple, the more money that's spent on the wedding, the higher the divorce rate.
Oh, yeah?
I heard that somewhere. I don't know if that's true.
Well, there might be a strong correlation between that and having financial stress because of how much you spent on the wedding.
Yeah.
And then that turns into arguments and then resentment. And then next thing you know, you're divorcing each other.
No. What we did was we used friends. Like I had one of my coworkers do our photography, which was like half the price.
My cousin did the lights and decorations because he owns a media company that sets up like lighting and audiovisual stuff for events.
Yeah, we did our own wedding planning, so we didn't have to hire a wedding planner,
right?
Because that would have been like, I don't know, thousands of dollars for them to just give us a schedule.
Yeah.
Like we just did everything ourselves. I did my own decorations with the help of the bridesmaids, and we did our own invitations.
Yeah.
And like we just
we
found every way to save money with it being a big event.
And the event was big, and it was very much a freaking party. But we didn't come anywhere close to 40K because we burned all the calories to try to do all of this in-house. What did we end up spending? It was still a lot. It was still like, what, 12K? Something like that?
It ended up being, because I'm throwing the cost of my dress in there, ended up being like just around 15.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
But that was in 2018.
Yeah, it's been 7 years since then.
Yeah, it's like doubled now.
Right.
Like it's just doubled.
Yeah.
Not only that, but we got a discount because it was a weekday.
It was a Friday.
Not only that, but a lot of people couldn't make it because they had to work. They couldn't take the time off. So there's already shaved off a few people from, from us, paying for their plate.
And we're the burden of, oh, hey, you didn't invite me is off our shoulders. They're the ones who said they couldn't come.
Exactly.
Yeah. If they wanted to be there, they would have.
Mm-hmm.
It was a freaking party. We had metalachi and everything.
Like, there's still a lot that you can do. You just have to put in the work.
Yep. So there's that angle.
Right.
But if she's being insistent on, 40K?
Is that how much it costs now?
I have to imagine. I mean, yeah, inflation has really taken a toll.
I would imagine that most of that goes towards the food.
Yeah, totally. Because it was what, like $70 a plate?
It was like $75 a plate.
Yeah.
And that's with the discount.
For how many people ended up going? Like 75?
Excuse me? There was 150 people at our wedding.
Okay, my bad.
That's a lot
I guess
of people.
75 from my side of the family.
Yes, we tried to divide it equally.
Yeah. and that happened. So, yeah, I mean, maybe it seems like this might be, all right, let's move forward to the conversation in this angle and perspective. Is she going to be like this with every financial decision where it's just going to become stressful for you? I mean, is this a window into what she can be like as a wife, you think? Or is she just really focusing and having this attitude towards this one day being her wedding?
Brides can be crazy.
Yeah.
For this one particular day. Not only because they're trying to have the party that they want, but they're also trying to one-up somebody that probably had a great wedding.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's just like the claws come out.
Right.
But honestly, it goes by so fast that you won't even notice it.
That's true. You're so in to what's happening in the moment, you lose kind of sight of what the experience is like for everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
You're just kind of hoping that things are playing out. And if you find a venue that has a person who's checking in on things here and there, that's half the battle too.
Yeah.
We were fortunate enough to have that. That like gave us a schedule. Now we dictated what happens in that schedule,
Mm-hmm.
But they're just like, all right, cake happens at this time because that's when the cake's going to be ready. The food happens at this time because that's when the food is coming out of the kitchen.
Right.
So we didn't have a choice for those kinds of things, but we built it in a way where it was in the schedule. And we just expected things to work out. In the moment, you're not stressing over it because you're just being grabbed in different directions by different family and friends.
Yes. Yeah. Here's what I would do. I would just start booking some cheap or less expensive, or start using, like your friends or anything to give you pictures. Somebody's going to make you a cake. Mm-hmm. It can still be very high quality. You just need to cut back. Honestly, $40K.
That's a lot of fucking money, man.
Like every little thing that you can save money on really adds up.
Mm-hmm.
You might also have to think about the guest list. $40K? It seems like there's going to be a lot of people there.
Or you can leverage the amount of people going and only ask for money gifts. They have that set up. What is it called? The Knot? That website, The Knot?
Yeah, there's other websites too, but we use The Knot because that was really popular.
And you can just ask for, instead of material gifts, just ask for money.
Yeah. There's a way, there's a phrase that what did we use? In lieu of gifts,
yeah.
Money would be greatly accepted or something like that.
Right.
And yeah, people gave us money. Mm-hmm. It was easier for them because they didn't have to go out and buy gifts.
Yeah, totally. And they could just submit it in the website and it comes to us.
Yeah, like but now everybody has Zelle.
Right.
So they can just send it to you directly.
Right. Yeah, that way there's no fee that the Knot is taking from processing the payment.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's what we would do. What's your face?
That's what we did.
What was his name? Jordan and Carson. Good luck, man.
Good luck.
It seems like you really like her. Obviously, you're marrying her.
Yeah. If it works out, invite us to the wedding. I'm still waiting for all these other weddings.
All right. Well, that's what we would do.
Man, see, you don't even know, man. It's like you're born into this world, man. And you got it's like this, man, the dust and the wind, man. Or like the dang old candle in the wind, man. It don't matter, man. It's all the oldies, old time. You know what I think, man? Like that dang old, I think, therefore you are, man.
Well, that's what we tell ourselves, isn't it, Boomhauer?
Okay, we still didn't talk about King of the Hill. Next week we will. By the way, next week, speaking of next week, we have a special guest on the show, friend of the show, Doug Brody.
Yay!
Is coming back on the show to talk about his sequel novel to Shelley. The last time that he was on the show, he was on
Shelley Murder Mind.
Murder Mind. That's the name of this new one, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Murder Mind. So I'm excited for that. It's a really cool sci-fi AI kind of novel, very relevant to the world right now, I think even. So if you haven't read Shelley, check that out. There's already also an audiobook for it. So you can get it. You can get it on Amazon, Audible, all that good stuff. Give it a good rating if and when you do. And then we ordered the hardback cover for Murder Mind.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be
coming out.
That's going to be coming out real soon, and then he's going to be on next week to talk about it. So we're excited to connect with good old Doug again, and I think that's going to do it. What do you think, Steph?
I think that's it.
All right. Well, thank you all so very much for listening into the Foo Bar Show. Remember to follow, like, and comment on our socials at Foo Bar Show. That's FOO Bar Show, and listen at FOOBarshow.com or wherever you get your podcasts. God damn it. Oh, God damn it. And we'll foo it up like a couple of foos. I've been Joe C.
And I'm Steph.
Signing off saying, don't be a dick!
Fuck, man. Thank you, guys.
Fuck this job, fuck you, boss.